Hey, how are you doing? Mikey here. Okay, in this video, I'm going to give you the full system that you can use to get yourself fully booked. And not just fully booked, but giving you a music career or a life inside the music business that just allows you to do whatever you want, allows you to work with whoever you want, and allows you to do the big things, allows you to make your money from music, just allows you to do all of the cool things and not be sitting around waiting anymore, okay? This is Fully Booked 2.0, the system that I'm about to show you. We did Fully Booked 1.0 in 2019, and we've been teaching it, for the last 5 years, and it's been getting people amazing results. But the beautiful thing is, technology is changing, the scene is changing, opportunities are changing, and so actually, there's no better time to be doing this. There's a couple of big opportunities available to you this year that you should be taking advantage of, and we've rolled these into 2.0. Okay? Now, here's the deal. There's a couple of things that I think you're probably going to be struggling with. The first thing that really, when people come into us, they've got nothing going on. Like, if you have nothing going on, it's really hard to get booked because, there isn't anything really to interest a booker. And there's not really much to interest a label. You can't really post on socials. There's nothing to do. You're there going, well, I've got nothing really going on. I'm trying to make it happen, but there's nothing going on at the moment. And it's kind of leaving me a bit stuck. I don't know, does that resonate with you? The second thing that we see quite often is no followers. And now, look, followers get a bad rap when people say, oh, it shouldn't be all about social media. I want you to think about this a little bit bigger. When people say they've no followers, it's not just that you don't have any followers on your social media, but followers these days are a metric of how popular you are, how in demand you are, how creative you are, whose eyeballs are on you. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was, radio broadcasts, the pirate radio stations, who had the highest transmitter and who reached the most people. That was important. You had the charts were important. It's evolved. And these days, you just cannot deny it. It's social media. And if you haven't got the followers, really what you're saying is, nobody's paying attention to my stuff. Nobody's paying attention to me. I'm not really in demand. I don't feel like I have much to offer you or bring to the table. And that's a problem because bookers, they want that. Labels want that. Everybody wants to work with somebody that's in demand. So do you. That's why you're pitching the clubs and the labels, because you do too. I don't know, is this an issue for you? And the third thing is, you just can't catch a break. Can't catch a break. Do you ever feel like that? You're just trying all the time. You're trying everything you can, but nothing seems to be working. And you can't catch a break. You see other people around you and they seem to catch breaks. And no matter what you try, it's just not sticking. You're not getting the traction with your bookings. You're not getting the traction with the labels. Maybe you're getting ghosted. Nothing seems to be sticking, even though you want it and you're trying. Let me know in your head, because you can't reply. Like, does this summarize you? Does any of this hit home? If we could fix these three things, we're well on our way to getting you booked, okay? And here's how we do it. The first thing is, if you've got nothing going on, quite often people feel, if I get signed to a big label, then I'll have something going on. If I can get signed to a big event or a festival, then I'll have some content and people will see it, and then I'll have something going on. But it doesn't work like that. That's the cart before the horse, You have to have something going on to attract those people. They've got a wealth of artists that they can work with. And there's loads of artists that have something going on, okay? So what we'll do, and what I want you to do, number one, is get it going. Don't wait. If you have nothing going on, get it going. And here's how we'll do that. There's two very simple things that we want to do that work perfect in 2025. Now, the first off is I want you to launch your brand, okay? And I don't mean your artist brand. I mean your events brand or your label or your It can be a number of things. Think Adam Beyer has drum code. Another has no art. You know what I mean? I want you to launch that. And not just any brand. I want you to launch a hot brand. Now, there's a couple of steps in doing that, but this allows you to do so much more. It opens up your whole world. Think about it. Right now, you're trying to work with events brands. You're trying to work with labels. You're trying to work with radio stations or mix series or whatever. You're trying to work with brands. Everybody is. And rather than you being the person doing the chasing all the time, I want you to become the person that's being chased. And I want you to be in a position where you can reach out to other brands and have a conversation with them at their level, brand to brand, business to business, rather than you pitching a business as an artist, as a DJ that just wants something. You want a gig, along with the millions of other DJs that want a gig and have nothing to offer. You're going to flip it. You're going to become one of them. It's going to be super easy. It's just a branding exercise. And we're going to use that to create a wealth of momentum, okay? Once we've got that going, we're going to launch your event, okay? Now, the minute you hear event, you think, oh, fuck, lots of hassle. I'm going to invest lots of money. I'm going to lose money. What if nobody shows up? All of these things. We don't want to launch just an event. We want to launch easy events, okay? These are events where we're not booking a headliner. We're not investing loads in artist talent. We're not breaking our souls trying to sell tickets and freaking out at the last minute if it's going to be full. We're not worrying about if people will buy a ticket to come. There's a system you can run that makes it super easy to fill a venue. We have people like artists coming into the program, selling out their own brand events really quickly using this system. You're going to lower the barriers. You're going to make it easy for people to come, and you're going to use your event to attract other DJs, so other people want to work with you, so you become the chased, okay? You're also going to have these events, they're going to be easy for people to attend. They're going to be easy to market, okay? And so they're going to look good on socials. They're going to be something. You're going to have something going. Even if you do it once a month, now you're pitching brands on their level. You're DJing once a month. You're running the brand. You're at the center of it. You're on the lineup. You're playing regularly. And now you have some momentum and you've backed yourself. This is your momentum. You have the respect of others, and you're going to take this and we're going to spin it out into the next phases. Okay? So the next phase is you've got no followers. You've got no attention on you. Well, guess what? The work that you've just done gives us the fuel to fix that. Okay? And so if you've got no followers, well, what we want to do is we want to go and run an audience grab. You know, like after a world war, there's like a land grab where all the countries just quickly try and take as much land as possible. Well, we're going to do that, but with audience, okay? Like quite often when I'm chatting to DJs, they're talking about nobody's following me. I'm not seeing anybody coming and following me. The idea is that people are going to come to you and follow you. They're going to find you. They're going to follow you. That's not the way the internet works. They're on their phone. You need to go and find them. You need to go and knock on their door. You need to go and grab them. Your audience, you don't need to build. It already exists. It's out there. They're waiting. Other people already have your audience. You just need to go and get them. And in 2025, other years, this was much harder for DJs. The last 10 years, it was so hard to build a following. This year, easy. We have people in the program right now adding thousands a week just on a system. Okay, the first way we want to do this is we're going to launch your mix series. And when you hear mix series, you're going to think, hold on, mix series? I've been running mixes. Nobody's been listening. We've been putting stuff on SoundCloud and Mixcloud and getting tumbleweed. Of course, we've all done that, okay? No, we're going to do YouTube mix series because we're going to take advantage of their recommendation engine, their algorithm that pushes it to new followers, and the bond that's created over YouTube. People listen and discover new artists and will watch new mixes on YouTube, but they don't really on SoundCloud. And we're not just going to run a YouTube mix series. We're going to do a successful YouTube mix series. We're going to guarantee that it's successful because we're going to run an ads system on it. YouTube's ad targeting is amazing, And it's unlike Facebook or Instagram because you're running ads on the platform. So your people on the platform are getting targeted. They don't leave the platform. You can get, if you're a house act, you can get loads of house listeners, thousands of subscribers a week in your genre for very little ad spend. Just a small little budget, run it weekly. We have people that launched their YouTube channel at Christmas, and we're in April now, and they have 50,000 followers and 6-figure plays on mixes, and they're talking to sponsors and booking gigs off it. And, you know, so many people in the program are doing it and are adding thousands of subscribers a week and doing 5-figure plays on their mixes now, really quickly, really easily. We want to do that with you. And guess what? You've already set up the event. We're going to tie them together and make them all one thing. So the event happens and it's a YouTube series. The content comes from the events, okay? Once this is running and we've got an audience on YouTube that we can bring to promoters and show them and say, hey, look, we've got traction. We actually have an audience. People are paying attention here. Shit is going, you know? The next step is we want serious socials, okay? We're gonna build serious socials together. And what do I mean by serious socials? So many acts I speak to, they're putting up, you know, a post a day or 5 posts a week. And, you know, they're not really sure what to put up. They're kind of documenting. They're not taking it serious. Instagram, TikTok, they've all changed their algorithms so that if you put out good content, you can go viral without followers. You can grow an audience really quickly if you take it seriously and you put out the right content. On I Beat the Club News, we did 33 million reach a month last year with no ads, okay? It's there for the taking. You will have a YouTube series, which you can use for tons of content. You will have an event series, which you can use for content, okay? And there's loads of other stuff that you can do, but you're gonna have your brand, you're gonna have your event series, you're gonna have your YouTube mix series, we're gonna take the social seriously and we're gonna use it to drive it and do decent numbers on the socials. So when promoters check you out, they see, oh wow, these guys are doing it. This person's doing it. I like the brand, the events look great. YouTube, there's a decent audience there. Look at the socials. These people are taking it seriously, okay? Once we've got those set up, we're ready to bring it home, okay? You can't catch a break. Well, guess what? Realistically, breaks aren't flying around in the air. They're not just up there. You make them. You make your own look. The luckiest people in the world, usually they're creating that look, okay? And so you can't catch a break? Well, we're gonna create some breaks. We're going to create them. We're going to make sure they're happening. We're not going to sit back and wait for people to reach out to us or maybe for somebody to DM us for an opportunity to come. We've already got our brand running and our events are running and our YouTube is going and the socials are serious. We've got it. Shit is happening. Now we just need to speak to the right people, okay? And so the first thing we want to do is build connections. I don't want you putting yourself out there or just networking I want focus. For your sound, for the brand that you're going to launch, for the genre that you're in, who are the people that are booking sets of that sound? Locally, nationally, internationally. Who are the people behind the brand? Who's the booker? We want the people. We want to find them. We want to have them on a list. We want to have them on your socials. And we want to be having conversations, okay? We want to be breaking the ice. And there's a system for doing that. And if you have all of the other steps done, if you have this done, and if you have this done, they're going to be open to talking to you, okay? And finally, once we have the right connections, we're not just going to hope that they offer us something. We are going to run the offer system. We aren't going to be reaching out and saying, hey, can we play for you? Can we have a gig? Can we? We're not going to be asking them to give us stuff, right? They don't have to give us anything. We're not begging. We're not asking. We're not pleading. We're not in the DMs with all of the hundreds of other people asking, gimme. That's not going to be us. We're going to create offers using everything that we've built already. And we're going to offer it to them. Here, I have this for you. What do you think? I have this opportunity. I was thinking we could do this. What do you think? We're going to bring them an opportunity. And hey, maybe they say yes. Maybe they say no. And it'll be a mix of the two. The people that say no, we go, okay, great. We learn why. Go back and we put them into our follow-up system. We take the ones we booked, we do such a good job that we do it again and again and again. So we start building some momentum. and we keep working the connections, okay? But we're not going begging for gigs or chasing down stuff. We're going to bring opportunities, we're going to make offers, and we're going to collect the gigs, okay? This system, if you do this system, it's like the gym. If you go to the gym, if you eat right and you do the right things in the gym, and it didn't work for you, you would have to have done something wrong, okay? If you do it right, it's going to work. This is the exact same. If you pick your genre right and you do these 6 steps right, you are going to book gigs. You're going to book your own gigs, you're going to book other gigs, you're going to tour, you're going to be able to collab with festivals, you're going to do partnerships, it's all there. You're going to have an audience online, it's all there, okay? Now, how you do that, I mean, there's more work in it, but that's the step, okay? That's our Fully Booked 2.0. We kick it off May 5th, the week of May 5th. May 5th is a bank holiday, but we kick it off that Wednesday. So May 7th is the first call. Here's how it goes, okay? If you are in Fully Booked 2.0, there's really 3 things that you need to be paying attention to for your journey, okay? The first one is, we'll send you the training. All of the stuff that you need to do, each of those 6 steps, it's what we're already doing. We're going to send you the training. We're going to show you what works. We're going to hold your hand through it so that you can execute it for yourself, okay? Second off, we're going to get you on the support calls because it's all well and good us showing you what to do, but as you execute it, you're going to come up against questions, or you're not sure how to do this, or you're not sure how does this apply to what you're doing, or, there's all these questions that arise as you implement. So we got the coaches, myself and others that are live on the calls multiple times a week for you to get on Zoom and just chat through it and see exactly, okay, now here's what you need to do, or let's do it like this, or here's what worked in the past so we can get you unstuck. And then finally, the weekly check-in. So each week, we're going to get you checking in to see are you red, green, or amber. Are you stuck, or are you making progress, or are you somewhere in the middle? And you've got the community. So the community is there. Aside from the calls, if you need some quick help, we've got the community there with our coaches in there. And we have some of the biggest booking agents, some of the biggest artist managers, some of the biggest labels in the world that come in and guest each week to give specific advice on topics as we run through the program, okay? If this is something that you want to jump in and join us, let me run you through the early bird offer before we kick off May 7th, okay? Here is the deal. If I can get onto the screen. There we go. Your investment towards Fully Booked, the early bird offer, the single discounted payment is $2,500. Now that's for 6 months of continuous coaching. And if at the end of the 6 months, you're putting the work in, you're showing up on the calls and you're making progress, I'll give you 6 months more for free to reward your work, because we like the people that do the work because you get the results. And all I want is results. This is coaching, so you have to get the wins. I don't care if you get smarter and you don't get booked, okay? We can do payment plans also. You can enroll for just £395 and then monthly. Now here's the guarantee. If you go through the program, if you do what we do in the 6 steps, if you do the modules that we send out, execute them and show up on the support calls to get help where needed, and it doesn't work, as I've outlined just now, you can have all your money back. I'll buy the full program back off you at full price, because what would have been the point? We would not have been worth your money. Here's the kicker. If you do the work, you're going to get all of the results I just spoke about. I'm going to give you a bonus bribe as well. If you just do the work, I'll give you a 6-month residency on Ibiza Club Radio here in Ibiza, alongside the biggest acts in dance music. You'll be live streamed to millions of social media followers. You'll be included on the daily schedule artwork, which you'll be tagged. It goes out to our 1 million followers. Some of the residents you can see here. You can pause the video if you want and have a look. It's the biggest in the game in house, in underground, in trance and techno. Literally, it's a who's who. And we've added more since then. Jamie Jones, Emily Lenz, they've all jumped on in recent weeks, okay? And so you'll be tagged and shared in front of 1 million followers on the lineup alongside those guys, and you'll get your own custom artwork pack as well. All you got to do to get that whole 6-month residency is just do the calls, just show up and implement. Because I want case studies that smash it. If you just show up and do the calls, you'll smash it, okay? Some of our recent acts, we had Stone Van Brooken. He's touring cities all over the world. He started 2 years ago, just playing a local gig every 2 months in Paris. Now he tours a different city every single weekend, has US agent, has European agent. Castor and Pollux, they're touring all over the world, playing top 10 clubs. They played the number 1 club in the world in Miami. They're playing the number 7 club in the world in Germany this year. They had never played a gig when they joined the program. Johnny Marksman quit his job to set up a label. We had him doing, his brand has been going so well. Alex Hormozy had him on a live call just this week about marketing. He's full-time now. A couple of Beatport number 1s. Mike Salvioni, he set up his brand with us, has quit his job, is full-time. Back then, I beat the headline residency last year through it. Has a couple of million listeners on his radio show through the work that we've done. Has had Kaluki and Sam Devine and everybody come and want to work with him because of the audience that he's built around it, okay? And that's what I want to do with you. So that's the deal. If you want to join us here on Fully Booked, that's the early bird deal. We kick off May 7th. Hit me back, let me know any questions or if you want to join us, okay? I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.